Attention passionate Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Pittsburgh Steelers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Pittsburgh Steelers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. Let's talk about what's been brewing in the NFL, especially in the AFC North, and how the Pittsburgh Steelers are positioning themselves for what promises to be an exciting season. The Steelers have been incredibly active this offseason, making bold moves that signal they're all in on trying to get back to their winning ways, back to the playoffs, and maybe even beyond that. And one of the most intriguing aspects of this offseason is whether they're going to make one more key move, a move that could reshape their entire passing game and give them that extra edge they need to contend seriously this year. And that move, some are saying, is signing veteran wide receiver Keenan Allen. Keenan Allen, folks, is still a free agent. After a year with the Chicago Bears, where he still managed to put up solid numbers despite the team's ups and downs, Allen is out there looking for a new team. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. He's 33 years old, is he still enough to make a difference? Well, that's the interesting part. Because even at 33, Allen remains a player capable of generating separation, a skill that's becoming rarer and more valuable in today's NFL. His route-running ability, his hands, and his football IQ make him a consistent threat, especially when paired with a quarterback like Aaron Rodgers, who's known for his precision and ability to elevate his receivers. And speaking of Rodgers, the Steelers have made a significant investment in him this offseason, signing him in free agency on a one-year deal. You see, Pittsburgh isn't messing around. They want a quick fix, a quarterback who can lead them back into playoff contention and maybe even push for another Super Bowl run. Rodgers is that guy, and he's got a reputation for making his receivers better. But for him to truly thrive, he needs reliable targets, players who can get open and catch the football when it counts. That's where Allen could come in, and it's why many analysts, including Kevin Patra from NFL.com, believe he's a perfect fit for the Steelers. Now, let's zoom out a little and analyze the big picture. The Steelers have already made some impressive moves this offseason. They traded for DK Metcalf, who is widely regarded as a true WR1, big, fast, and capable of challenging defenses deep down the field. They also traded for Jalen Ramsey, strengthening their secondary and adding veteran leadership to the back end. Plus, they signed TJ Watt to a long-term deal, ensuring their pass rush remains menacing for years to come. This core of talent, combined with new pieces, signals that Pittsburgh is serious about competing again. But even with these moves, questions remain at the wide receiver position, especially after trading away George Pickens to the Dallas Cowboys for a third-round pick in 2026. The question now is, who's going to fill that void opposite DK Metcalf? Right now, the Steelers are banking on Roman Wilson, a talented second-year player who missed most of last season due to injury. Wilson showed flashes of his potential when he was healthy, but it's a big leap from limited action to being a consistent NFL contributor, especially at the receiver position. Then there's veteran Robert Woods, who's 33 years old and has a solid career, but isn't exactly the same explosive player he once was. So, the Steelers are looking at these options and wondering if they need to add more stability and experience at receiver, someone who can step in immediately and make an impact. And that's why signing Keenan Allen makes so much sense. Yes, he's 33, but his skill set is still very much intact. Last season with Chicago, Allen caught 70 passes for 744 yards and 7 touchdowns, averaging over 10 yards per reception. That's not too shabby, especially considering the circumstances and the fact that he was dealing with injuries and adapting to a new team. What makes Allen so valuable is his ability to play both outside and in the slot. That versatility means he can line up in multiple positions, giving Rodgers more options and making it harder for defenses to scheme against Pittsburgh's passing attack. Imagine what Allen could do as the Steelers' number 2 receiver. He would immediately become a key target for Rodgers, providing that reliable, experienced presence that the team desperately needs. And while Robert Woods might be more of a seasoned veteran, Allen's recent production and fresh memories of a one 0-yard season in 2023 make him an attractive option. He's shown that he can still produce at a high level, and his route running and hands are elite enough to get open against even the toughest defenses. Now, you might ask, what about the chemistry? Well, Allen's familiarity with playing in complex, high-pressure situations is something that Rodgers would certainly appreciate. Rodgers has always valued receivers who can get open quickly, catch the football consistently, and make plays after the catch. Allen excels in all of those areas, and his experience navigating NFL defenses would be a huge asset for Pittsburgh's offense, which has lacked that dynamic spark in recent seasons. Let's not forget the context here. The Steelers' offense has struggled to be truly explosive over the last few years, especially since the departure of Antonio Brown and the inconsistent performances at wide receiver. Under head coach Mike Tomlin, the team has always emphasized a strong defense and a balanced offense, but to take the next step and truly challenge in the playoffs, they need their offense to be more dynamic, more unpredictable. And adding a veteran like Allen, even at this stage in his career, could be that missing ingredient. Think about it, Allen's last 0-yard season in 2023 with the Bears is still fresh in everyone's mind. He's a proven commodity, someone who can step in immediately and produce. And if he pairs up with Rodgers, the potential for a chemistry explosion is there. Remember, Rodgers has always been a quarterback who can elevate his receivers, and Allen's route running, hands, and ability to find soft spots in zone coverage could unlock a new level of offensive production in Pittsburgh. And let's talk about the timing. The NFL offseason is all about making strategic moves, building chemistry, and positioning yourself for success when the games start counting. The Steelers have already laid a strong foundation with their signings, trades, and extensions. The next logical step is to add that veteran presence that can bridge the gap between their young talent and their seasoned quarterback. Allen fits that mold perfectly. Sure, he's older, but he's still a player who can help the Steelers challenge for a playoff spot and perhaps even make a deep run. Now, from a strategic perspective, signing Keenan Allen would also send a message to the rest of the league. It shows that Pittsburgh isn't content with just a decent offense. They're aiming for explosive, high-powered playmakers that can keep defenses honest and open up the running game for Najee Harris and others. Plus, Allen's presence would bring a sense of leadership and professionalism to the locker room, which is always crucial in the long NFL grind. Of course, there are challenges. Allen has had injury issues in the past, and at 33, durability becomes a question. But if he's healthy and motivated, he can still be a top-tier receiver. And with Rodgers throwing him the football, the chances of him replicating or even surpassing his recent production increase exponentially. It's all about the right fit, the right opportunity, and Pittsburgh's willingness to pull the trigger on a veteran who can make an immediate difference. So, in conclusion, as the Steelers continue to build their team for this upcoming season, the signing of Keenan Allen should be on their radar. It's a move that could elevate their passing game to new heights, provide Rodgers with a trusted target, and give the team that extra push they need to finally break out of their recent playoff drought. The NFL is a league of chess moves, and Pittsburgh's move to bring in Allen could be the checkmate they need to make a serious playoff run this year. Pause here, just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Pittsburgh Steelers news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And what do you, the fans, think about this potential signing? Would Keenan Allen be the piece that finally puts the Steelers over the top? Do you believe he still has what it takes to be a consistent contributor at this stage of his career? Drop your thoughts in the comments below because your opinion really matters, not only to us but to the entire Steelers nation. We want to know if you're on board with the idea of adding Allen and how you see him fitting into Pittsburgh's offense. Remember, we're all in this together, sharing the passion for our team and hoping for a successful season ahead. And don't forget, I'll be back very soon with more updates, analysis, and inside scoops on your beloved Steelers. So stay tuned, stay passionate, and let's keep this conversation going. Thanks for watching, and as always, go Steelers!